Alright guys, let's look at lesson 1, which is Arrhenius acids and bases. What is an electrolyte? An electrolyte is a substance that, when dissolved in water and forms a solution, it will conduct electricity due to the presence of ions. An example would be NaCl. Acids and bases are electrolytes because when they dissolve in water, they produce ions, and those ions can conduct electricity and light up a light bulb. An Arrhenius acid is a substance that, when dissolved in water, increases the concentration of the hydrogen ions. We know those as H pluses, or hydronium ions, which is H3O pluses. So let's look at two examples. Both of these examples are Arrhenius acids because when HCl dissolves in water, it produces H plus. That is the signifier that it's an acid. Or when it reacts with water and is dissolved, it produces H3O plus, which is also indicates that it's an acid. So, properties of acids. They have a sour taste, they can burn your skin, they react vigorously with metals to make hydrogen gas, and they have a pH that is less than 7. So when we look at a pH scale, all of these smaller numbers are going to be acidic pHs. So things like lemon, Sour Patch Kids, all of those kinds of things have pHs less than 7 and taste sour to you. All right, everybody, let's look at this example. Which metal will react with hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen gas? So this is going to be a single replacement reaction, so we have to look at our table J. So when we look at table J and we pick out which one of these metals will react with it, magnesium is the only one that is above H2, which is what we're going to use to talk about when we talk about hydrogen. So magnesium would be our answer here, because copper and gold are below H2, so they're not going to react. Remember, it always is going to switch with something that, if it is going to react, it's going to switch with something that's beneath it. And then mercury, Hg, is not even on the chart. So names of common acids and formulas. They are located in table K of your reference packet, and the top 4 acids are strong acids while the last 2 are weak. So hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and phosphoric acid are all strong acids. We're going to explain what that means in a little bit. The bottom 2 are weak acids. So Arrhenius bases, that's a substance when dissolved in water increases the concentration of hydroxide ions. So for example, when we have NaOH, that is a base. When it is dissolved in water, it produces Na plus and OH minus. That OH minus is a signifier that it is a base. So the properties of bases, they taste bitter, they can be corrosive, and they have a pH that is greater than 7. So when we look at our pH scale, they're known as alkaline because they're basic. So a lot of things that you might not know, but cleaning supplies can be basic and are mostly basic. Names of common bases. They are found in table L on your reference packet. They all contain OH except one. Ammonia is a base, but it doesn't contain OH in it. The top 3 are strong bases, so NaOH, KOH, and calcium hydroxide, or CaOH2. Those are strong bases, and weak base would be your ammonia on the bottom. So what occurs when acids are added to a base? That is going to result in a neutralization reaction. So when all the properties of the acids and bases are lost, the products are always going to be salt and a water. So a salt is another name for an ionic compound that's going to contain elements other than H plus and OH minus. The salts are electrolytes with high melting points and boiling points. So if we look NaOH, this is a double replacement reaction. So the Na and the Cl are going to come together, and the OH minus here and the H plus here are going to combine to make water. So let's look at a practice. Which substance can be classified as an Arrhenius acid? Pause the video, unpause when you're ready. Great, well, welcome back. You should have picked HCl, which is the top, because when this dissolves in water, it'll produce H plus ions, and that's what the Arrhenius acid definition is. This is an ionic compound, NaCl. LiOH and KOH are both bases. Let's look at this practice. Pause the video and unpause when you're ready. Great, well, welcome back. When we're looking for something that's an acid, it's always going to begin with an H. So we have to label what is the acid, the base, and the salt. So H2SO4 is our acid, LiOH is our base, water, and this is what our salt is. So let's look at this one. KOH here is going to be our base because it has an OH in it. HNO3 is going to be our acid. It's a strong acid, actually. Our salt is going to be KNO3 plus water. So Let's look at this practice. We're going to go over this practice tomorrow, so I want you to predict what the products are going to be. And then let's look at this, check your understanding. So same thing, I want you to predict what the products are going to be, and we're going to go over this first thing tomorrow. Have a good night.